So the objective for a minimum of 10 trading days, which we mentioned, in total, you open 1,282 positions. Hey guys, it's Ahmed with Odd Alpha, and today we're going to look through my FTMO challenge results and account analysis. So this is what they send you after you finish the FTMO challenge. They give you like a nice little analysis, and I've not seen many people do videos on this, so I figured we'd go through it. All right, so let's look at it here. So during the challenge trading period, you traded 22 days. They give you a minimum of 10 days you actually have to be trading. I got this account actually in December of 2020. So they gave me an extra 10 days just as part of the holidays. So I don't know if I could have done it in the normal 30 days because it took me 22 trading days to do just this, but that's how many days I took. So the objective for a minimum of 10 trading days, which we mentioned, in total, you opened 1,282 positions. And on average, you traded 58.3 positions a day. We consider this to be an active way of trading, and that's exactly what we like to see as investors. Now, they probably like to see that because they are getting paid, I would venture to guess at least, they're getting paid commissions on each trade, and there are brokers that will do this as well. So if you're really a high volume trader like I tend to be, they will actually pay you to take those trades because you're sort of making a market for them, and they end up getting paid on it as well, and they kick some of it back to you. Your success rate was 81.98%, so pretty much 82 flat. This win rate was accompanied by a negative risk-reward ratio with the value 0.83. With a negative risk-reward ratio, or RRR, it is relatively difficult to succeed in trading and in the challenge. A negative risk-reward ratio means that you are closing lower profits over the losses. Consequently, there might be a pressure for a higher success rate, which is not always sustainable in the long run. So this is an interesting statement because I know why it's showing up this way, and it kind of goes on. I'll read the rest and then explain actually. However, this is not relevant to all trading systems. The average profitable trade was $1, and the average losing trade was $1.54. The ratio between the maximum reached profit, $19, and the maximum loss, 16.38, is 1.13, which signals a positive ratio. The total profit for the evaluation period reached was $1,000. It's a $10,000 account. Your profit target is 10% in 1 month. I pretty much closed it out at like $1,000.09 or something like that. But to talk about the risk-reward ratio, so for the first part of the month, that was actually positive. What happened, which they don't really account for here because it's weird, is I changed my lot size. I went from a 0.02 to a 0.01. And you'll probably notice I've got so many trades open. I'm a scalper. So with scalping and the way I trade, we don't enter the full position at once. We can enter sometimes up to like 30 positions at once. So that is why there's so many opened positions. And that's why the risk reward is negative, because at the beginning of the month, I was trading a different lot size. So my individual trade value was actually less. Well, I should say my individual trade value was less in the second part of the month than it was in the first part of the month. So my loss stayed a little bit higher, whereas my gain lowered, and that's what kind of skewed that negative. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on down here. So it started at December 28th. It was when I took my first trade, and I finished before the 5th. I think I finished this 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago or something. I've got my new account already. My equity curve. This is something I'm actually pretty proud of. You'll see at the beginning of the month, I had some bigger losses, which is probably why the 0.02 lots affected me a little more. And then it was just very nice, steady growth. And I gotta say, with this balance curve, I really I've got to really shout out my mentor on helping me with this, HATSFX, Hassam Abiyad. Fantastic trader. He's been doing it for a long time. And I'm not a new trader. I've been trading for 8 years now, and I've never been able to maintain an equity curve like this. I wasn't scalping previously, so that could be part of it as well. But this is the best equity curve I've ever had, and I really can't thank Hassam enough for how much he taught me over the month, actually 2 months, and got me up to speed with this system, and it just works beautifully. So that is my balance curve. Here we go. General statistics. Yeah, like I said, I did $1,000, 9 cents. I'm not trying to be an overachiever there. My win rate was about 82%. My average profit and my average loss. Again, this average loss includes a lower, it's a little skewed because I was using the bigger lot size at the beginning of the month, which would account for bigger losses. Risk reward ratio, that's those two divided. My maximum profit, 1850, max loss, 1638. And then here we can see my general trade results. So I had mostly longs, which I guess makes sense for the month of January. Keep in mind, we only trade one currency pair as well, so this isn't skewed across many. So it would make sense that over a certain period of time, I would have more of one than the other. But as you can see, we're pretty agnostic whether we go short or long. The results, mostly, yeah, made most of my money off longs, made most of my wins off longs. That's mostly due to us, the number of trades. And you can see my risk reward ratio on shorts was, for some reason, a little bit better. Don't know why. And here's the same thing basically shown in graph form. My long balance versus my short balance. They almost mirror each other. You can see I dipped down here below 0 on my longs at some point. That's cool. That's nice to see. I don't know if I can do anything with this information, but it's good to have. Results by day. Closed versus open. The challenge period is not long, but it can show tendencies of systems. Column results closed, trades depending on when they were closed. Okay, so I made the most money closing on a Wednesday, which actually makes a lot of sense based on the Monday, Tuesday high or low. And made most of my money opening trades on Tuesdays. So I'd mostly make my money opening on a Tuesday and closing on a Wednesday, and opening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, closing on a Wednesday. Thursday was when I made the most. And relatively small Mondays, which makes sense. There isn't that much range on most Mondays. Results by open and results by closed. As you can see, one currency pair, GU for everything, so that makes sense. Results by instrument, that's going to be pretty unimpressive because that is just what it is. Number of days traded, 22, and I was active all 22. I only had one negative day, which is actually surprising to me. I don't know which day that was. Does it tell me? No, I guess I'll just have to go through or guess. My average negative day was $1. You know, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. Results by position. Like I was saying, I started with 0.2s. I did 0.4s occasionally. Apparently I made most of my money with 0.2s, so maybe I should just go back to 0.2s. But, and then there are situations when we're trading where we'll have, you'll want to enter like a 0.15, but that's not often. You see my only 0.5 I lost money on. Same with my only 0.10. What's this over here? Results by position size. Yeah, as you can see, I'm mostly, I made most of my money off 0.02s. This is a $10,000 account, so make of that what you will, but maybe that's something I should actually look at scaling up on. Results by duration. So this is how long I hold. As you can see, we're scalpers. I don't hold trades. I try not to hold trades over 2 hours, which is what we're showing here. There's that 2 minutes. Oh, that's 2 minutes. Apparently I don't hold trades very long. And then once we get into the hours, so normally if I'm in a trade and it's taking longer than about 3 hours, it means I'm going to be holding it for a while. So I try not to get into those very much. As you can see, I'm not very good at that yet, but that's something for me to work on. I don't want to be in trades long. I'm not a swing trader. Occasionally I am, but I don't want to be. Results by open hour. So I made most of my money. Which hour? So trading 8 to... Okay. 13. I think this is localized in my time zone. So that's like... No, that actually couldn't be localized. Central European summer. That's 5 hours ahead of me. I'm Eastern Standard Time. So around 8 o'clock to about noon my time is when I should be entering most of my trades. And I shouldn't enter any at midnight Central Time or Central European Time. Here's my graph. That's pretty handy. Yep, and here's my final results. Did 22 days. My max loss was 450. This was one particular trade that got me down to that, and I was actually only like a couple pips away from closing that out and just eating the daily loss. Luckily, it turned around and hit that. I had the stop loss in and everything. I was ready to do it. It just didn't quite tick low enough. That's one of those longer-term swing trades, though, the ones I want to avoid from now on. Maximum loss altogether was negative 312. I actually don't know where that came from because I didn't have a $312 loss. So that must be unrealized, and that will happen with this system. And then my overall profit. And that's everything. I don't know if you learned anything from this, but I actually did learn a couple things. If you've got any questions, definitely drop them down below. And again, if anyone's interested in chatting with my mentor on this, Hassam, he can be found at HATSFX.com. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. And I doubt this was helpful, but thanks for watching.